Okay, I don't think I've ever made a video like this before or even posted one like this, and that's because I'm not going to be doing editing. I'm not going to hide behind some fancy editing. This is just a conversation with you because I want to be as real as possible when it comes to this past year. So this year included a lot of ups and downs. At the end of last year, I told myself that I'm not going to let fear get in the way of me posting. And I was right about that. In January, I posted multiple different videos that made me face my fear. For example, I created a whole bed that can move on its own, and I got out there and got reactions of people. I did a magic show that I had little time to actually prepare for, and I did a collaboration with another YouTuber for that. Those are things that I would have never even done. And don't even get me started with making my apartment an actual restaurant, even if there were some things that may have gone wrong. It was great. I really did have a flow on what I wanted to post, but I still needed to figure things out. I was at the end of my college career and I finally graduated. Now, this moment I felt amazing. I finally finished college. I had some time to relax before working a full-time job. Granted, it was literally a couple of months, which I'm very thankful that I had that time. But this is where I really started to get in my own head once again, which is exactly what I told myself I wouldn't do the year before. I don't know why I did. I found that honestly, when I have less to do, I tend to not do much. Versus if I have all these different tasks that I need to get done, I somehow end up getting more work done, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's going to make sense or not, but it is. Nonetheless, because of it, I stopped posting and it just gets crazy. I realized that I need to prepare myself for when I have my full-time job by hiring an editor. And I tried that, which ended up having to try multiple times. It's hard to find someone as passionate as you in this space. A lot of people try to, get at you just for money and not for the love of the craft. Luckily, I do think that I found someone who is doing this for the love of creating content and for the idea of my brand. I've been doing this for like 4, maybe even 5 years now. I've lost track. But when I first started, I really did do this because of the money that YouTubers were getting. All the people that I were watching who were super successful had all these fancy cars and a mansion, all these different materialistic things that I thought would make me happy. And if I were to do YouTube, I would get those things. Well, as of currently right now, I'm definitely wrong on that. And if the drive of doing YouTube was for money, I would be long gone by now. The reason why I do YouTube is not for the money, but just because I want to send a message out there to you, the viewers, if that's what I call you, but I still need to figure out a name for, all of you guys watching. But essentially, my whole message that I want to get out there is positivity and having people know that it is possible to, get yourself out there, put yourself out there in this world while still being your truest self and not acting like anyone else. This is something that I'm still learning myself. And even just recently, I've really been challenged with the idea of being confident with myself. There have been people who have literally told me, oh, don't post content like this. I better not see you post something like this. Why are you posting stuff like this? And it just made me embarrassed. And that goes into why I don't post as much as I would like to. And it's because I want these videos to be so perfect and so high quality for you to enjoy, but at the same time also for me to get somewhat of a confidence to be like, well, this is high quality, so I can't get embarrassed from it, right? But I've learned that that's not entirely true. Things are only embarrassing if you make them to be embarrassing. And I'm done with this whole perfectionism act of trying to make the highest quality of videos possible when it takes forever to get them done. And instead, I want to build a relationship with you and realize that I am not embarrassed about making this content. I'm just trying. I'm trying to create something. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to build a community. And if that's not possible, so be it. But I'm still going to try. I've learned through all of those experiences, no one is going to stop me from doing this passion. I am so blessed and thankful that God has put this fire in me to want to do this, want to create content, want to put myself out there in the world and embarrass myself publicly. I am so thankful that God is in my corner for that, because I know that this is something that He wants me to do, because He put this in my heart and in my brain, this idea of wanting to storytell. I know I'm not the best at it, but I am trying. And I think that's all that matters. And that's something that I'm going to take into next year. Every year I have this thing where I put a word up for the year. I guess every year. I technically started this last year, but since it's 2025 now, I've really been thinking about what the word is, on how it can really just elaborate and simplify what this whole year has meant to me. And if I were to use any word to describe what this year meant to me, it would be resilience. No matter what has happened throughout this whole year, even when people are shutting me down, making me embarrassed, making me feel like I am not confident with what I'm doing, why am I doing this? Even when I have fallen onto my knees, I still have found a way to get back up. And that's where I think this really does come in handy. I know that this whole year is based off this. So I do that because I would like you to join me in, thinking of a word of what describes your whole year. If you were to choose just one word to describe 2025, what would it be? And what word would you want 2026 to be? That's all I have. If you're watching this as of right now, thank you. It means you not only, like my content, but you like me as a person. You actually care for me. So thank you for caring. I care about you too. I appreciate every single one of you. I can't wait for what this next year has to come. We'll see what happens, but I hope you like conversations like this. We'll have them every once in a while. All right, bye.